Again, in this class we are going to continue on with the Indian comparison with its neighbors on the basis of its performance. So how do you judge performance? Through GDP. So we've taken GDP, we talked about GDP, we talked about the sectoral contribution to GDP, and in this we're going to talk about the workforce. What is their contribution to GDP in the various sectors? That is the sectoral share of employment in the various sectors. So I want you to just see this again. If you learn up the table, it becomes very simple. You just have to interpret the table and nothing else, and that's what you have to do. So you got to analyze this. That's it. So in this, what do you see? That is a sectoral distribution of the workforce in percentage in 2017. So what does the table show? The table shows that a major portion of the workforce in India, that is 42.7%, is engaged in agriculture, and after that comes services and industries with 33.5% and 23.8% shares respectively. So once you know the table, you just have to write according to what you've written, according to the numbers. You just have to explain that. Now in China also, the portion of workforce engaged in service is 56%, but after that comes industries with 26.5% and agriculture with 17.5% respectively. And then we have 17.5% of workforce engaged in agriculture in China. Let's take up China. Its contribution to GDP is 9%. It is because only about 10% of the total land area is suitable for cultivation, which accounts for 40% of the total cultivable area in India. That's how we've discussed that. And in Pakistan, about 42% of the workforce is engaged in agriculture, 3.7% in industry, and 54.3% engaged in services. And in China, basically the industry and the service sector, as we just read, contribute. So once you go through the table, you are able to interpret the table and you can write it down. Okay, so we will talk about the next is demographic profile. Based on that, we will make a comparison.